Humanze, what's up, dude? I'm giving a lesson with Spencer. It's Spencer. I'm gonna answer this call. Hello? Hey. Yeah, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Hey, can the chat hear him okay? I just want to make sure you're heard well for the mic and stuff. Can you guys hear him okay? Yes? Okay, sweet. So, awesome, man. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Just working on my disadvantages. So pretty much like my whole gameplay, I feel like my advantage is pretty good and my neutral is pretty decent. It's just like when I get hit and then I'm being juggled, like I have to learn to mix it up. I've been trying to focus on mixing it up and mixing up my recovery. Falco recovery is so linear, it's hard to do that.
Right.
Also like mixing up my approaches. But I feel like I'm doing that pretty well, but whatever you feel is like a bad habit or an issue, just like I guess take note of it and then work on those specifically each part so I can like, fix my gameplay as a whole eventually.
Right. I mean, usually when I give lessons, I like to start out with like a set, you know, like a best of 5 set, just kind of, even though I know we've played before in viewer battles and stuff, just kind of get like a fresh idea of what, you know, what you may be struggling with, and especially taking in mind what you mentioned. You know, you feel like you're struggling landing and recovering, that type of thing. So I'll definitely keep that in mind with you. And on the other hand, if I notice anything else that jumps out at me, I'll also bring that to your attention. On my end, I tend to be a pretty forgetful dude, so I have a notepad on my end. So I'm definitely keeping some things. So, for sure, man. Under one light, Human's 8. Lower the game volume? Okay.
Step into the ring.
Okay. I am hosting a room. The arena ID, I will tell you. The ID is B91JX, and the password is 9056.
Okay.
Do you have any particular stage you'd like to start on?
I like PS2. It's the best stage, honestly.
Cool.
Okay. I'll just stay Falco.
Falco. Okay, cool. Awesome, man. And also remember, if you have any questions or comments at any time, just please let me know, and I'll try my best to help you out.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool, let's do it. Leroy Jenkins. Alrighty. How's it going, Donnie? I'm say what?
I remember your cloud being like super hard.
Yeah, I picked him up as a serious co-main in this game.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, I figured the backwards laser wasn't the thing you tried to do.
I was literally trying to reverse it. Nice. Cloud doesn't really have much of lag.
Yeah, his moves are very, very lagless.
Yeah, so it's like more this side than my team.
Say that one more time.
This that's what you get.
Well, it depends on what Cloud you're fighting. Depends on what kind of the thing the guy's doing. Because you're going to fight a bunch of different types of Clouds. I mean, most Clouds are going to be similar. But, I mean, those little differences make a big difference. Like, you know, whether you're fighting a Cloud that's playing more grounded or not, you know, that's going to definitely change things. You know, a Cloud that's really good at ledge trapping, that's going to change things. So it really just depends on what you're dealing with, you know. In my case, I like switching between walling you and then just coming in unexpectedly. I do that just because I like to dictate the pace that way.
Yeah.
Not every Cloud plays like that, but dealing with that type of playstyle is different than dealing with someone who's just exclusively camping or someone who's exclusively approaching. Not that any one is better or worse than the other one. It's all preferential, you know?
It's just preference.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pineapple.
Yeah, it's like sometimes like you land in that area.
Yeah, it seems like there's a part underneath the stage where you can be through, and then there's a part where you get hard stuck, like the one you're right there. It's
Yeah.
like kind of shitty.
I just gotta recognize what part that is, so I should have like angled that a little better. But I kind of just held the stick straight up and expecting it to like
Right,
go
right.
off the side of it, but apparently no.
Alright, I'm gonna keep a couple notes for you. I noticed a couple things. I'll definitely bring them all to your attention after we're finished here, but I can definitely see why you feel that you have trouble landing. But it may not be for the reason you think. So,
Okay.
yeah. Like I said, okay. Would you like to go back to PS2 or
Yeah, it's fine.
go?
I think I have been actually set on that.
You're set on PS2 the whole time?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
I think it's the stage selector. I don't have it on random.
Okay.
That's why you choosing this. If you want to put it on random, I can.
That's cool. I usually set mine to town, personally.
Which one?
I usually set mine to town, I just like town.
Oh, dang, the side beating, right?
Yeah, I delayed the back air because you hit me away from the edge because you reflected my blade beam. So I felt like if I tried to rush back to ledge trap you were going to jump side B and get away from me. So what I did is I delayed my back air to catch you as you jumped. Because I figured that you'd be ready, you know, if I like, oh my god, I dropped my position, let me run back to where I was, you know, I feel like you'd be ready for that. Alright. Nice roll in.
I have to be so careful against Cloud. Oh my god.
He's an incredible character. I mean, when I fight him, it just feels like, Jesus, he's everywhere. And then-
Oh, it's Mario? That's
Yeah.
gonna be hard though. Mario's reading so hard. Even Falco's better than Mario.
yeah, I mean, I love fighting Cloud, personally. It's just like,
Fun.
it's very fun.
Fun.
Because it's very straightforward. It's no tricks. It's just, he's fighting you.
Right, exactly.
And even when I fight him, the range usually isn't the biggest problem. Like every other character has outranges me, so it's not really like, oh my god, range now. It's just like his speed mostly. That's the scariest thing. Like when I'm fighting against Cloud, what I'm most intimidated about is his speed, not even his range. It's just like he could just be there quick. You know, he could be spots fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah, that's like the biggest thing.
I have a very hard time against Squirtle, although I'm getting more used to it. Squirtle is just ridiculous against Falco. Like,
is it like the fast?
Basically the whole time.
Is it like the fast moves?
Yeah.
And like,
and he's small, so it's hard to hit him. So like I have to constantly like avoid his grab and then try and punish him like this.
right.
I can't challenge and stuff unless he jumps and I drag and do a drag down.
Right, right.
Does. I literally saw myself air dodge twice there. I'm feeling bad. Oh, I thought that would have caught you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Nice.
Thanks. I forgot to that angle. Let's just get the legs.
You must have held down for too long.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you had the angle. You held down. Like if you hold down longer than usual, it's a way. If you ever see Void play, he'll up B to the edge, but he'll go up past the edge just because he's holding down. If you hold down, you don't grab the edge. It's one of those little
I literally didn't know that was a good thing.
Yeah, it's one of those little techniques that helps a little.
Oh my god.
Nice one.
Nice.
Well, good games, good games. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I wrote a couple notes down for you. I definitely kept in mind what you said about getting juggled. You feel like it's hard, it's difficult to recover and stuff. Do you have how was your perspective of the match? Like, in your perspective, how did it go? Like, what was difficult? What were you trying to do? Was things working? Was things not working?
It's difficult to catch to time my attack against the story. I have to get super careful. So like I know that with this matchup, like that's how I'm supposed to really play. It's just like being punished. I just be like super careful and try and time everything. But as far as my advantage or disadvantage, I noticed that like recovering wasn't so bad. It was more so like just landing, and like I noticed I kept air dodging and
Yeah.
instead of drifting, and then like maybe doing a side B or just drift one direction, air dodge into another. I kind of like didn't do that.
Right, right.
And I think a couple times I kept landing with an attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My biggest
Yeah.
flaw.
For
Also,
sure.
maybe not standing so close to when we're both shielding. I should have ran one direction in anticipation of a punch and came back in to punish. I shouldn't stand there and nair out of a shield, I don't think.
You mean like if we're both shield to shield?
Yeah, I'm like nairing out a shield right away.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay, for sure. Just for demonstration, I want to show you a couple things. You mentioned your drift. You feel like you're drifting and throwing out moves in the wrong spots.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick FD because I think it's the easiest stage to show it on. There's no platforms really
Sure.
getting in our way.
You want me to, let me switch my thing to this.
For sure.
FD, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, like, B reversing is a thing, but, like, I don't think it's really that good for Falco, honestly. His laser has too much end lag, it's just gonna get me punished.
Okay, I can show you some little things to keep in mind.
Sure.
So there are a couple ways to punish you if you're coming from the edge. So obviously, as you know, I'm sure, you can cover my ledge options in certain ways. With Cloud, I could forwarder, which would cover your neutral get up, your drop ledge, your ledge jump, you know. So there's a lot of things I can do to cover you at the edge. Assuming you get past me, there's a couple things I can do. So if you are at the edge and you try to ledge jump, I could try to dash back to cover you drifting towards center stage, because a lot of people make this mistake. They'll ledge jump, and they'll drift all the way to the center stage. So in order for me to punish that, I just dash, dash, and grab, or dash, 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 attack, or up smash.
You want to set a position and drift back, you think?
I'm sorry?
So should I, like make it look like I'm going to center stage and, like, kind of, like, drift back? Or?
That is absolutely one of the things you can do. And there's also another little thing that a lot of people don't really abuse, is that there's a certain amount of time in the middle of your dash where you can't input an action. You can't shield. You can't shield. So if I'm dashing, I could shield at a certain point in my dash, but I can't shield in my initial dash. So, if I want to whiff punish your landing by dash, dash, grab, you can insert a hitbox between my dashes to stuff me out. And you could do that with your forwarder. So say, if you're drifting, and you say if you dash back, I could nair at an awkward timing to catch your dash, so you actually can't grab me. And even if you don't run in, I could nair jab if you decide to run in late. So I cover both the initial run in and I cover the run in after. So I'm covering two options with that. So it's either you dash in, you get hit because you physically can't block in the middle of your dash, or in the startup of your dash, or you don't dash right away and you dash later to try to grab, assuming that I like whiff something, and then you get hit by my jab. You get hit by my next move. There are a couple things you could do. You mentioned already you can like ledge jump and then drift back. Get someone to think that you're gonna drift there and then jump back. A lot of different things you can do. The idea is to use the drift you have. So a lot of that is just very subtle. You don't have to make it a big thing. So one thing I do when I land, watch how I drift.
Yeah.
So like I'm little slight movements. Yeah. I'm moving slightly to make you think that I'm gonna land there, but then I don't exactly land. Because sometimes you don't have to land on a crazily different spot. Sometimes it's just about landing slightly off the spot that the guy thinks you're gonna land. It's like, and then sometimes that's all you need. Yeah. So if you
Instead of landing like most people are gonna like try and land here, you're just gonna fade back a little bit like that.
exactly fade back a little bit like that, and if I try to forward tilt it, oh, that's a whip punish. You grab me.
Okay.
So you can do little things like that. Obviously, if there's platforms nearby, you could reset to the platform and then shield on the platform. And if I'm trying to shark you on the platform, you can roll. You can double jump away. And you said B reverse laser. That actually isn't a bad option, because if you can.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's really hard to. I don't know. Falco's weird with it. It's like hard to get. Not really good at yet, but.
Yeah.
It's like he has a lot of end lag, you know. You see how long it takes him to move away from God. So like, I feel like it's just good, you know, just getting punished. See, like, it doesn't even drift that much, you know. So it's kind of like almost a waste to do that.
Do me a favor. Do a B reverse laser and then buffer shield.
Hold on. I'm not that good at it yet.
You had no lag. You literally can B reverse and block as soon as you land, basically. So unless I hit you as you laser, I can't actually punish you. It's like, it looks laggy because you're stuck in the lag of the laser. But if you do this, like say if you ledge jump, and I think you're gonna drift to the center stage, so I'm dashing back, be reverse laser. And then if I try to overcompensate by like running and trying to grab you, you are already recovered from your lag. So you have enough time to hit me.
So like, okay, I gotta practice it, but
Exactly. So now I'm over here, and you're right there. And then you can, if I try to dash attack you, then you can just block it or whatever. If I try to run and grab, especially as Cloud, if I try to run and grab, it's kind of slow. So you can like be reverse and then turn around forward tilt or turn around jab. Like there's a lot of.
I've seen a couple people do this where they jump up and land go behind the person. Is that like?
Yeah, absolutely. My mentality when it comes to selecting options, I don't think that it's good to think that there's any option you should not use.
Okay. As long as you mix it up, anything is really good.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps your options more varied, and that's what keeps people guessing. That's what keeps them on their toes. Because if they're like, okay, this guy's not going to pick a bad option, quote unquote. So that actually limits your options. Because then they're not expecting the unorthodox thing. They're expecting the paper, the answer that's on the paper. You have to kind of like do stupid things. Like a lot of times I'll be reverse with Cloud, and that's very unorthodox. Like I'll drift, be reverse. You know, sometimes I'll do that, like especially if it's like last hit. I've never done that the whole time. Why would I be reverse, right? Oh, be reverse, and then you're expecting something else. You're expecting a fair. You're out of position, dash attack. And sometimes I've taken games like that.
Oh wow.
So
There, so as far as neutral, somebody was telling me that I shouldn't fall on the neutral, and then somebody said, yes, Falco should fall on the shields up. But it's like if you're shielding up, I'm full on, like by the time I land, you're already gonna, you know, this you can see it coming from a mile away. You know.
well, when you full jump, you can do. There's many different types of full jumps. You can do a defensive full jump like this. This is a defensive full jump. Like if I'm threatening like a fair, this is a defensive one. You can do a offensive one, which you can double jump out of it. You can fast fall like you're gonna land and then double jump away, which baits.
Yeah, I started using that in my approach mix-ups. Like,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I'll just jump in, or like sometimes I'll short hop in. But then there's other times where I'll go like this, and then just fade back, or I'll fade back and then land for fair again. Is that like good stuff to be doing? I started recently doing that stuff.
It's absolutely good stuff to be doing because if you full jump, it's like empty movement has presence. You have presence in a match just because you occupy a certain space in the neutral. So if I'm short hopping, you are respecting unconsciously my forward air. You're respecting my tomahawk. You're respecting my empty land down tilt. You're respecting options just because I'm facing forward. If I'm facing back and I'm moving, you're respecting my back air. It's the same thing with full jumping. You could full jump and threaten. Full jump, threaten. Double jump. Oh, I might fair you. I might fair you. Oh, I might back air you. You know what I mean? You're telling them that. So it could, it's absolutely a good option. So it's like, it only starts becoming bad when you're doing the same thing every single time to a point where you're constantly getting punished for the same thing.
Right. Okay.
That's when it
So,
becomes
like-
bad. Yeah.
Now, as far as like my recovery, I could try to mix it up with that like angle from above and just like coming at a downward angle of me, and then like sometimes wall jumping to like a laser.
Yeah.
That beat or something like that. I mean, all that's good stuff, I'm sure, right? It's just, I just started practicing it, so I'm still getting used to doing it.
Yeah.
But
Are you just wondering if those are viable options?
yeah,
It seems as if, it seems like the way that you seem to be thinking about Smash is in terms of good or bad option. It seems like, because you've asked me, like, is full jumping a good option? Is this a good option? Is this, it's like, I think that, the way I think about Smash, it's like, I remember this is what taught me this, is like, at first when I first got in the scene, I always thought rolling is scrubby. I shouldn't roll. Rolling's for scrubs. Only, and then it wasn't until like a couple years down the line that I was like, okay, let me experiment with this quote-unquote scrubby option. And what I did is I learned I could short up at them, and if I think that they're gonna grab me, I can roll behind them. I could cross up roll behind them. So as opposed to
Yo,
trying
I've been
to...
doing that recently, actually. Like,
Exactly,
short
yeah.
hop, go cross up behind my ball. Somebody's going, well, don't do that. But I stopped doing it.
Exactly. Like you can do cross up rolls. It's very, very helpful. So it's like it helps shift with me the perception of what a good or bad option is. Instead, I started looking at it as what option it can be appropriate in the circumstance. Whether it's not whether or not it's a good or bad option. Like, let me give you an example. Like if I'm fighting somebody who's super, super, super campy, like they're sitting at the edge, they're like spamming back air, they just want me to come in with spamming back air. Because there's a lot of different ways I can beat that. There's not just one solution to beat that. Like for example, if you're spamming back air at this particular timing, okay, I could time that. Like I could run up, parry it, because I know the timing, you're gonna back air and hit you. I can come from above. If your backer is like horizontal, I could come from above with a forward air or something. I could beat it from above instead of trying to challenge your disjointed hitbox. I could run up close, roll behind it, grab it, or jab it. I can run up B it. Or, I don't even have to challenge it. I can make it look like I really want to hit this, and then back off, charge. And then once they're like, oh my god, okay, he's charging, let me stop back airing, then bam, dash attack. There's many different ways to beat an option. There's so many counters to everything. I mean, I think there's like so many counters to every possible option. So it's more about, in my opinion, thinking about what is appropriate for you, what you feel comfortable with, and then just rocking that as best you can.
Yeah, I mean, somebody yesterday was like, because I tend to like, Falco's very big punish type of character, so
Yeah.
a lot of times I'll run in and dash and wait me to miss, or sometimes I'll just short hop drift away like this, and then come in, These guys like, yeah, don't do that. I'm like, why? Like, people miss, a lot actually when I do this.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't be doing that. He was the guy who was facing Squirtle, and he's like, yeah, against Squirtle, you want to stay more brown, don't do that. I'm like, yeah, but you're missing. And then I jump.
Right.
I don't see what option, honestly.
Yeah, like it's very limiting to say don't do that. Like, if it's like an option that's, I'm sorry.
No, see, now it's like I'm taking away a tool for myself if I stop doing it.
Exactly. Obviously, there's certain circumstances where it's like, okay, you probably shouldn't do that. But in general, saying this is a bad option and I should not perform that option, it's like you're cutting yourself off from any potential thing. Because if I, for example, see that you're short hopping a lot in neutral, okay, I can counter that short hop by forward airing you or whatever. I can counter your short hop. But you can mix up between short hopping in my range and short hopping outside of my range. If you short hop there, I can't forward air you, even if I wanted to. So you can like run up short hop here. So I'm like, okay, he wants to short hop, and then you could short hop outside of my range to get me to forward air and punish me. So yeah, there's a counter to the jumping, and it's so easy for someone to just say, oh, just don't jump. But it's not that simple. It's like there's so many layers on that. Like, there's a lot of times when I'll play somebody, and I could punish something simply. I could like punish something easily, but this guy has a habit. He does it all the time. I give this example all the time. Like, say if you have a neutral get up habit. I throw you to the edge, you neutral get up. You neutral get up. You neutral, every single time. Okay.
Now you're gonna bait it.
Yeah, I can bait it. I can punish it. But say if you're a player, you're my skill level, and you're doing that a lot. You're still a good player. It's game 5 now, and I see you do that, and it's game 5 last hit. I haven't been punishing that the whole time, but I knew you were doing it the whole time. So at the last second, when it really matters, I'm gonna punish that one habit I saw the entire set.
Right.
It's like those types of things, and it's like somebody could easily say, oh, why don't you just punish it? Just take the free punish. It's a true punish. Well, you can train someone to stop doing it too.
Right, exactly.
You could train someone to stop doing a habit that's exploitable, and then that actually makes the match harder.
Yeah.
So there's so many different ways to think about it. So I think that, yeah, I mean, you said full jumping. Yeah, you can do full jumps. You can do, you could do a lot of mix-ups. I mean, it's just about, okay, is he ready for this thing, do you think? Or, I think it's about being able to think critically about what options are being chosen.
So like, also another question is, like, I feel like sometimes I play kind of far away from the person. Should I really be generally in this range here? this range here?
It depends on the character you're fighting. So, have you ever heard of the hitbox bubble? Or, you know, like every character has a bubble?
Yeah, mentioned that to me. I didn't understand what they meant by that.
Okay, so, let's see. Okay, stand in the center for me, please. Okay, if you're in the center, I could dash attack you from here, and you can't react to it.
Right.
So if you're standing there, you can bait dash attack because you're standing in dash attack range. You can literally short hop outside of the dash attack. So if you're standing here, I can no longer dash attack you. So it's like the difference between standing there and standing here, or like say if you're standing still, like the difference between being here and being here, huge difference.
Right. So it's really a matter of knowing the range of the other person's attack. That's how far you stand.
Exactly. It's knowing the range of and the burst option, the option where you can't react to what they're doing. So with Cloud, not only does he have a lot of range, but he has a lot of speed too. So it's pretty hard to keep a good space against him. So it's like a very simple idea of whip punishing is like stepping inside of his range. Like stepping inside of, like I just mentioned, his dash attack range. So if you're in the dash attack range, here, I was like, okay, I'm dancing here, I'm like moving around. You can't react to that. It's just so fast. And there's so many other things I can do. But if you're moving around, like say if you know I want to dash attack, for whatever reason you know I want to dash attack. I want to dash attack you. Exactly. You double jump, you baited dash attack.
Yeah.
You're standing at a range where, okay, it makes me think, it's like a rat trap. You put the rat trap down, the rat sees cheese or sees whatever bait's there, and then they go for the bait and they get killed. It's basically the same thing. It's like, you're standing in dash attack range, you can dash attack me, I'm at kill percent. They go for the dash attack, and then you put yourself outside of the range of my dash attack, and then I try to go for it, and then bam, you kill me, or you hit me, or whatever. It's exactly like that. So it depends on what character you're fighting. Some characters like Mario, you can actually stand much closer to him, because he doesn't have much range. Characters like Sonic, you know, characters like Sonic, you want to stand pretty far away generally, because the spin dash, you know, he's a really fast character. He could spin dash, and you want time to react to it if you can. It just depends. Sometimes you want to be close to Sonic if you feel like he's going to spin dash, and sometimes you could just use a quick option, a multi-hit option, or whatever, to beat him out. Just depends. But I wouldn't say there's a general place you should be standing, but I think that you should kind of be aware where they can potentially hit you and where is safe, where you are being safe and where you're not safe. And then you can play with between that.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I feel like sometimes I'm going a little too far. And I'm not going to be, I can't even, like, you know, I can't punch.
Right.
Also, is this when you were talking about this, when you, I'll show you after. It's like the short hop to rolling behind someone. That's what I was playing with something. Okay, I'll do that.
Oh, he was even saying that about the roll behind?
Yeah, like, I feel like he was like a different player, actually. I feel like a lot of the things that I was doing to keep up with, like, don't do that, because it was working on them, you know? So if you got annoyed or something, like, oh, don't do that, it's causing this and this. I'm like, why? They're like,
Yeah.
It's something you didn't expect.
Yeah, well,
And most times, that's
well, they just don't want you to beat them, because they don't want you to use an annoying option against them, because it works.
So this thing that I do, so it's like this. So like I'll land and then immediately like my timing is a little bit better with it. I'll short hop at somebody like this and then go behind them like that. And hit
Right.
them. I mean that's the part of it. But I don't really see many people do it when I watch like pro players. I don't see them really doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like oh maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't know, it's just my style of it, I guess. But like I don't want to do it. It's putting me in a bad position.
Right. It's one thing is like, okay, you might not see MKLeo playing it. MKLeo is MKLeo. Tweak is Tweak. Samsora is Samsora. Billy Bob is Billy Bob. Everybody has their own style. And you should just play to your own style. Like, you can take influences, I think, from top level players, obviously, because they're obviously doing something, right? And their play style works for them. But you are a unique soul, so you should definitely use what you feel strongly, because a lot of people, for example, try to copy top players, which to a certain extent is good. To a certain extent it's good, you know, you want to copy, you know, I guess an authority figure of some kind, you know. Obviously they're winning, so they're doing something, so you can kind of model off them, but you're never gonna do what they do naturally well.
Right. You don't know why they're doing it.
Exactly, and they're not gonna be able to do what you naturally do well either, even if they're MKLeo.
Right.
So it's just about having your own unique style. So about the roll-in thing, it's like knowing what your cross-up roll distance is. Like if you're standing here, I think I can roll behind you here. Yeah. So I can short hop in this range. Like what can you do? You can like short hop nair. So say if I've been short hopping in this range, you've been nairing me the whole game. So I'm like, okay, he's gonna nair. So I'm gonna bait that. I'm gonna jump in, roll behind you.
Oh, right, yeah, smart.
So it's like I'm specifically baiting an option. Like, okay, I think you're gonna nair, roll behind. You can punish me by spacing yourself further away, like you kind of just did, and then just covering the roll. But I could also cover myself, like if you're too slow. Like if you're too slow on that, I can up B, or I can use a fast option, or I could jab, or I could roll out, or I could full jump, or whatever. Or I can cover myself if I roll in, downer. So if you try to hit me, I could trade with downer, or something. So even if you do an option, it's like you want to have a couple cover options too. So yeah, absolutely, like short hop roll in can be very good. Especially if you have good frame data. Especially, because you're rolling in and then you're on top of them. If they're in any kind of lag, then that's a tilt. Or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Now what specifically did you see that I need to work on?
Yes, let me go back to my notes here. One thing that I would do quite a bit in neutral, I think this is just one of those things that is just be aware of it. I'll delay a lot. And I feel like you were expecting me to come in at a certain timing, but I delay it. So, like, one way I delay is, like, a common situation, for example, is, like, I'll back air you, and if you expect me to hit you again, I'm not going to hit you right away. I'm going to wait. It's like a little delay. It's like a very subtle thing. It's like, nair. Oh, wait. It's not a good example. It's like a timing thing. A lot of people move in this rhythm, you know? Everybody has a rhythm they move in, right? It's like a song. It's like if you play to the song, it's like bam, 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 bam. It's a rhythm. You can follow a rhythm. But if you offset the rhythm, then you can set things up. Because you're playing off their expectations, especially if it's like a pattern of 3. We kind of get things in 3s, right? So if I do full jump fair, you ready for the third fair? Oops, dash attack. Or fair, dash, fair. I faired again, but it wasn't in the same timing as the other two.
Okay.
There's little things like that I would catch you with. There was also moments when I would hit you to the edge. Like, I mentioned it as we were playing. It's like, there was one moment you were off stage and I tried to blade beam you. You reflected it. And I ended up over here, and then you grabbed the edge. So one thing most people do is like, oh my god, I lost position, I need to get back to the edge. So you kind of subconsciously notice the urgency. So what I do is, I'll dash to make you think that I'm rushing, and then cover center stage. It's like little mind gamey things like that, I think is...
So, what do you mean? I wasn't understanding fully.
I'm sorry?
I don't understand fully, like, that piece that I did wrong. What did I do wrong?
It didn't seem as if you were aware of what was happening. I feel like you were getting hit and you weren't really aware that I was delaying my timing on things.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I think I kind of missed that, because I'm so used to, like, clouds, attached to everything at the same timing.
Yeah.
So it's really just, like, paying more attention to what the person's doing, pretty much.
Yeah, or just like just being more attuned to timing shifts and shifting your own timing too.
How can I shift timing with Falco? Like, okay, so I guess like I don't know, it's weird. Falco's so so it's like I'll come down with an air, and then like maybe like a short hop, empty hop. I don't know. It's like this hop is so weird.
It doesn't really have anything to do with the character per se. It's just about what you're setting up. So it's like your combo starter is what, down tilt, up throw, up tilt. Very much what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing you can do, you can throw out useless moves at low percent, like forward air and nair, when in actuality you want an up tilt. So you can do like short up nair as if you want to wall me out, and then run up, pivot up tilt. So that's more of like a you play off their expectation, and you also drop their guard. It's like, how do I explain that? It's like, like, okay, let me put you a little higher percent. Okay, if you're at 36, I can get forward air to cross slash. Oh, you died away, but that's tech chase too. So I could tech chase you if I get a forward air. So say if a good hit at this percent is forward air. So I can go for a bunch of nairs and short and drop down airs as if I don't want to go for the fair. I'm not going to use the fair. When in actuality, I'm actually looking for a fair. So then, bam, you're not expecting the fair. It's like those little tricks in neutral. I felt like your intention was more clear because your timing was kind of rhythmical. Like you were moving in the same timing a lot.
Yeah, so that's my biggest thing is like, how do I change the timing of my movement? That's what I don't understand. So it's like, so I know that I'll usually throw like a fair or like an air. Yeah. And I know that I'm going to that. So really, like in actuality, what you're saying is like kind of like throw like random moves and then go for what I really want instead of showing what I want to do.
Exactly. Because if you show it, it's like, okay, I can protect against this combo starter. If you're throwing out moves that don't actually lead into massive damage, then they're not going to be as high on guard for the thing that actually matters.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's kind of like, I think that has to do a little bit both with studying it, like knowing what combo starters most characters have, and knowing what to look out for, what to avoid, and what doesn't matter as much, because there's things that matter, and then there's things that don't really matter. You want to take away the things that matter, and you want to allow them to do things that are useless, basically.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's a good character, a good example? I guess a great example is Luigi, because he gets a 0 to death at 0 with his combo, right? So if you throw out a move on my shield and you think I'm gonna grab, you can jab me. So, you know, like, I could still wait out the jab, but that's still a situation that you're in charge of, because you have the option of not jabbing. So, like, fair my shield? That poked me straight up, so first of all, that's a good option.
Oh, sorry.
So, even if it doesn't poke me, if you sit there and block, I can grab you. That's just free death. If you jab, I have to wait out the jab. I can't grab. So, if you don't jab, and I'm expecting the jab, then you can get away from me. So that's why you're in charge of the situation. You put me in shield pressure, and you're suppressing my ability to grab. So I have to read you. So it's like, okay, you're gonna fair my shield, and then you might roll back, but you might jab, so it keeps me kind of second guessing on it. So you can keep those things in mind. So in neutral, that's kind of like a general example. In neutral, if you see me like fishing for grab, fishing for grab, it's like obvious what to look for. Because, okay, he wants to grab me. You want to suppress that option as much as you can. And then use options that maximize your damage. So you're up tilt, you're down tilt. And you can also make it look like you don't actually want those things by throwing out a bunch of useless moves. And then when they drop their guard, then bam, up tilt or whatever. You know?
Okay.
Am I making sense here, or am I kind of scattering ideas around?
No, it makes sense. A lot of times, like, when I fight with I'll shoot a bunch of lasers and just, like, wait till he jumps and then just fair drag down. So that way he can't grab me. It's stupid.
Exactly. You can't. You're making it as difficult. Yeah. You're making it as difficult as possible for him to get the one thing that will kill you instantly.
Right, yeah.
Because if he fairs you...
He's pretty bad.
Yeah, in general, it's not the best, you know? And if he fairs you, it doesn't matter. Like, if I fair you at this percent, I'm pretty sure you can just roll away. I can't even get, like, a true At like 0? Like at the
Yeah.
at this percent, I can't even 0 to death you. I'm pretty sure. So even if you get grabbed here, it doesn't really matter. Like maybe I can up B you, but you know it's not as bad as the 0 to death combo at 0 that you can
Yeah.
instantly die.
Whenever he gets a grab, I'll generally pull it away. That's right, pull it away. On the joystick.
Yeah, yeah, you can hold away. I SDI. I try to SDI away from him or in to make him mess up the combo. Because if he messes up the combo at all, then I'm out of the range usually.
What do? You hold down and in?
I like mash my analog stick down and away or down and in. I mix up between the two. So he has to adjust his position as he's comboing me, and if he messes up the combo, then I get away free basically without dying.
And you only go to death, so once you get to like 30%, you can't do that combo.
Exactly. As long as I can get out of it once, then I'm okay typically.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I gotta remember that. So like, are there any like other outstanding like bad habits that I have, or is this kind of just fix those couple of things, like my timing and stuff?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's like an overall bad habit that's like so egregious that I have to bring it up. Like I feel like in general, like you have a good sense of what you want to do. You have good patience. You have good understanding of you know what'll combo. I mean, there's some moments when you're trying to pressure me and you get hit out of your pressure because you're not aware that I have a combo break at that percent. It's like little things like that. Or you're sometimes you won't pressure me. Like there was one time you gave up the edge, and I was like you stood too far away. Like you stood like right there.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was playing. I was like, shit, I shouldn't have known that. I used to do it a lot. Generally, now I stand here. Or
Yeah.
sometimes I'll stand here. That way there's a roll behind me. Most times, then I'll just like hit them.
Right.
But I don't know why I did that.
Were you maybe like scared that I can like jump up with an option or something?
Yeah, maybe. I think I might have was trying to avoid getting hit, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I could have got an edge guard or something.
Right. There are some moments when I feel uncomfortable pressuring for whatever reason, and then I'll back off.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's okay. It seemed as though that time there wasn't really that much intent behind it. It was just like, okay, I'll just stand here, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's no real option. There was no like real reason for it, basically.
Right.
So basically the two things that I should take away is fixing my timing a little bit. So like timing, you mean like if I'm doing this, right?
Yeah.
Right, like, you know, one after the other, and then I stop, and then come in with another, like fixing timing up like that.
Right, as you observe what the guy's doing. So if you're like naring over and over, like go ahead and do that. Like I'm trying to get in on you, you're naring and naring and naring, so I'm trying to get in. I'm expecting you to just keep trying to do that.
Right.
And then exactly, you intercept me because I'm expecting you to keep naring, but oops, you dash grab, and then you get the actual combo that you want.
Right. Okay. So be more like
Ambiguous.
a little bit deceptive for what I'm really looking for instead of showing it right off the bat.
Exactly. And then the guy will just run into your confirmed because they won't even know that you're trying to go for the confirm, and then they'll just be wondering why they're getting hit with so many high damage combos. Like they won't even be aware of why they're getting hit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Also, question. Somebody said I had to mix up my timing with my. How do I do that? Because I only got a certain kind of time.
Mix up your timing with what?
What?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Somebody was saying, like, mix up my timing with my recovery.
Yeah.
I only have so much time, though. Like, how can I really mix up my timing or recovery?
You can. You can do what you can. I mean, with a space animal, that's kind of like the fate of a space animal. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
you're gonna get... People are gonna try to gimp you, but you can do what you can. Like, with Luigi, like, there's only one way I can or two ways I can recover. I can side B on the level, or I can up B, you know, to the edge. There's only two things I can basically do in this game.
Yeah, that's literally Falco. That's literally the same shit.
But
It's like, really mix it up.
But are there really two options? Because I could do this. I can up B drift. If they're trying to spike, say if I grab the edge twice, for whatever reason, for example, and I like up B to the edge, I'm dead. But if they're timing a smash attack, I could do this. Bam! They missed their smash attack, and I live.
Okay.
These little like cute things I do as Cloud. That like okay, like a little tiny little thing. Oh, if you SD, we're gonna get sudden death.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like one of those things we forget about, you know, where the sudden death is in the game. Yeah. Like with Cloud, I'll go back with Cloud to show you.
Okay.
Also, a good person to watch for the angles is Charlie the King.
Charlie the King. Okay.
Yeah, he's a fox.
Say,
I'm sorry.
what is he playing?
He plays Wolf in this game, but he's a fox from. He's #1 in SoCal right now, and he's really good at mixing up his angles and teching and that kind of thing. He's really hard to gimp. Even for me, it's really hard to gimp.
Yeah.
So he can mix up his recovery pretty well. And sometimes it's just very, very slight things. It's very slight that like missing the edge very slightly and then grabbing the edge, or holding down. Oh yeah, by the way, the holding down thing. So, you can up B to the edge. This is hard because you're gonna have to up B straight up and then hold down. It's weird.
What do you do?
I think it's easier if I use Sheik, actually. I'll switch to Sheik. It's one thing that Void told me in Smash 4. A very, like, cool little tech that could help you, perhaps.
That's like a different mix-up.
Yeah, as a mix-up. It's the same thing, especially with recovery, because with Falco, you have such little options. So if you mix up very slight things with your recovery, sometimes that's all you need to make it back. Like, it's very crazy how it works. It's like you do have only a few options, but sometimes only a few options is what you need. It's kind of like, yeah, this character has little options, or like say if this character has 2 options, but one of their options is like an instant kill move, and then the other option is like an invincibility potion. Like, yeah, he only has 2 options, but they're 2 damn good options. There's like someone who has millions of options, but all of them suck. So, you want to use the options you have. So, here's one thing you could do. So, as you know, if I up B to the edge, she grabs the edge, right? So, I could do this little technique. Oops. You do it again. You up B above the edge.
Shit. How do you do that? Just because you're air dodging?
No, I'm just air dodging this so I don't grab the edge.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You're doing it just so you go above. So Falco is kind of like... He rides the ledge, though. That's awesome. Like, that was weird. He, like, goes to the... Hey, it's, like, really hard to...
No. If you hold down, your character does not grab the edge. You can literally do it so that you fall straight down and don't grab the edge. I'll show you what I mean. Because I was holding down the whole time.
Huh. This is a regrab. This is if you're regrab?
No, this is just in general. That's just because the whole time, I mean, I have to hold up so I can B straight up. But after I get the up input and she's already going up, I can hold down, which makes it so I don't grab the edge. So you could do that. It's like, say if someone's like charging a smash attack, you can just hold down and then hit them. because they're expecting you to grab the edge, but you hit them and then you get away scot-free. It's kind of hard to do. Exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, so I have to hold down as I'm casting the leg, so I don't get red.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. Hold up.
It's kind of weird because you have to hold up and then down.
It is weird. Okay, but I definitely see what you mean.
And you can hit people hanging here.
Yeah. But that's the right, so I have to let go down before I hit the ledge, before I start landing, right?
Yeah, exactly, just like that. The Falco, I think his up B's a little smaller. You can angle it too. Like if you angle it towards the stage, you can hit me. Yeah, there you go. Then you get back.
Smart. So that'll hit somebody if they're right at the edge.
Yeah, like say if I'm like trying to charge a smash attack, you might have to angle it slightly with Falco, but the idea is still there. With Wolf, it's crazy because his whole foot goes through the stage. It's pretty crazy. So he could like kick you. Yeah.
Yeah, Falco doesn't. Fortunately, I think the only way I can do it really is just going straight up.
You can do this. You can up B. You can because Falco has a weird property where he can like shift momentum when he up B's. So he can like.
Oh, where it's like he just goes into the stage or something like that.
Yeah, he can like slide a little bit. Like if you drift and then up B.
Like this.
Like jump and then up B like that. Like he'll like drift a little.
Hold up.
See?
Like that?
See how he drifted? So you can like go under the stage, jump, drift, and then be in the spot to up B. Hold on, let me see if I can do it with Falco.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Falco.
It's either like one time or just kind of action. Don't really know what I'm doing.
But it's a cool little thing you can do.
Yeah.
It might help you.
When I was recovering a lot, the guy told me the next time I recovered, I kept side B or up B and riding the ledge. So you do that every time. You gotta mix it up. I start practicing the other up B angle.
Oh, okay. So he felt like you're going straight to the edge every time?
Yeah, and I was riding up the edge every time to recover. I was like going below the stage to ride. You know, like literally just like recovering in this fashion every
Right.
time. Like just riding like this.
Yeah. You see how like when I jumped back, he like drifted a little? It's very slight, but it.
So I have to jump back. What's the technique of that? What's the
So I'm jumping here. Jump back B. It's just like back up B like that. Because I'm coming into the stage and then jump back up B. And then I could hold down. So you can use that to hit people. So you can like land on stage. Oh.
So you're just jumping away from
Yeah.
that?
Just like that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to riding the edge, you can just like straight up hit people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So if someone's like trying to down smash you
Yeah, that's hard.
because they think you're gonna grab the edge, oh, there you go.
Wow. Okay.
Or if like a Mario, like he wants to, because some characters could forward smash you or spike you. So sometimes you can hit. Spike is like risky though, because they could still spike you. But some characters like can forward smash, and you can just hit them before their forward smash comes out.
How did you do it at an angle like that? You're on the stage. Oh, because you're literally angling it.
Yeah.
Or you're doing it from there. I see. Oh, I got it. Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty.
There you go. That was it.
That's smart.
So
yeah.
if I'm hanging there, bam, you hit me. Little cool technique.
Yeah, it is really cool. I like that. Huh. Yeah, they're gonna expect you to grab the ledge here.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not done. Can you send me all these like different recoveries? I'm probably gonna forget.
Oh, you sure?
Go back to Popeye and play, do the same thing. Smart.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It helped you out a lot.
What else would you say you need to work on, or just kind of keep doing what I'm doing?
Well, I would think the main things is practice your drifting, work
I'm
on,
landing, right?
yeah, when you're landing, practice like drifting and mixing up, like I'm not gonna land on this spot, I'm gonna land on this other spot, so you kind of keep them guessing, so it's not as easy for them to just cover or dash attack your landing, that type of thing. Obviously,
Okay.
it's you're in a bad position, so there's a lot of chance that you're probably going to get hit anyway, but the idea is, like, if you can get away in the moments you can get away, it could help a lot. Like, just being in neutral that one extra time can change the tide of a match, So,
Right, yeah.
that's a big thing. Like, sometimes you'll just get juggled for days, but sometimes you'll get that one opportunity to land, and then, it's good.
So practice my drift when I'm being juggled.
When you're being juggled, you can do that with ledge jumping. You can do that on platform stages, like retreating to platforms and like timing a roll away. You can work on your B reverse lasers. You can work on side being in safe spots. You can work on holding down with your up B, so you can hit people underneath the stage. You can mix up drifting away from the edge so they can't actually two-frame you. Little recovery mix-ups that kind of go a long way.
Okay.
And also kind of think about and kind of practice mixing up your timing, as well as kind of making your intentions a little more ambiguous.
Okay.
In neutral. I think those are the main things. I think if you can make a little bit of progress in those areas, it's going to make a massive difference, because just the change between being super predictable between being like, okay, I want to hit you with this option, versus I don't know what option you actually want to hit me with, is a huge change.
Yeah, of course. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I wrote everything down. Yeah, 'cause my whole thing is like, I feel like I'm just like too predictable.
Mm-hmm.
Of what I'm really trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
As opposed to mixing up everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, predictable is like almost the worst thing you can be, because you can have the best options in the world, but if you do the best options in the world every time, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I remember when I first started playing the game, like I said, it's my first Smash game, so when I first started playing this game, I chose Falco as my main, and I kept forward airing, I kept parrying, and that's all I did, because I realized that there was a hitbox when it landed, and everybody got hit by it on the shield, they took off shield early, so then I versed my friend's nephew, and his nephew, like, destroyed me, and he's like, my friend, he's like, yo, your friend keeps doing the same option over and over again, and that's what really made me realize, wow, like, I need to change up my game plan here. I literally all I did was fair every time. I never tried any combos, nothing was fair.
That was
bad.
That was your best buddy. The move was your best buddy.
It's funny because now when I play, when I like just destroy him.
Yeah, it's different, huh?
Yeah, once you get like the little techniques and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna practice stuff that you just showed me.
Yeah, man.
What do you do now? Is there how much time do we have left? I didn't even check the time, honestly.
I think we just went over an hour. If you want to do like a last best of 3, we can do that. And if you have any more questions, you can let me know.
That'd be cool. Let me put this on random. Hold on a sec.
Cool.
I'm just gonna switch this. My thing is set for Final Destination. I think FD is a worse stage, honestly.
Really?
I feel like it enables people to play camping. At least from what I've seen online, people do FD, like, especially projectile players. You ever play the stupid online tournament thing that Nintendo implemented? It's so horrible.
Well, like the influx of Sonics.
It's not even that. It's like a lot of campy players. And they're just playing, like, just doing the same stupid options over and over again. It's insane, like, when you play it, like, because I'm trying to get, like, random characters into a league just about it, and, like, when people are, like, only up to, like, 5 million or 6 million, I'd say. It's, like, insane how bad these people are.
Oh, people are
Like,
unfathomably bad.
Like,
Yeah. Some people are just unbelievably awful. It's just funny.
yeah, some people are very good, and some people are just...
Right. There, you kind of forced your landing. Like, you tried to back air me,
Yeah.
and I just came up and, like, up tilted you. So that was a moment when, like, my hitboxes just beat your hitboxes. So you could have just drifted off stage, or like, drifted the other way or something. But, like,
I'm trying to force an aerial there, right?
you forced an aerial there, and I reacted to it. It's okay to do that if you can, like, mix it up well, or if, like, you can get close enough to me to trade, and it's, like, a favorable trade for you.
Is it generally, like, not a good thing to try and land an aerial?
If you come from high up, it becomes harder the better opponent you fight, because it's easier to react to it.
Right.
Let-
So I'll try not to land an aerial. I'm so used to doing it already.
A lot of the times, some people never do it, and then I'm like, okay, he's not gonna just do the bad option, and then at the end he just lands on me with a random aerial and I die. So sometimes it could work. Sometimes it works, you know. So it just depends. Cool.
It's really, yeah, like, just mixing it up.
Right. Nice nair.
Dang.
Right there, I DI'd out of your combo and you kept trying to go for an extension on it, and then I hit you. I back aired you out of it. You missed a move, and then I kind of expected you to block, and then I just turned around and blocked and grabbed you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, didn't mean to do that. You're trying to cover center stage, or you're trying to work on what I told you, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, oh, dang.
Your main kill option right now, I think, is like back air, forward smash. You can like throw me off stage and
You
get
know,
me.
it's funny because a lot of people, so right now they're at a percent where it's too high.
Yeah.
So I gotta do a drag down to up smash.
Gotcha.
That's like coaching for when I get past 100. Or something along those lines to like really go so long. It's like right now, if I put it's funny, he's out of the sword, the downers as well, by the way.
Yeah, it's long range. I tried to space outside of your up smash, but yeah, I was too close to it and you just up smashed me. That was not a bad air dodge because I was kind of waiting for you to land on top of me. So you just air dodged away, which is okay. Yeah, you had that too.
Yeah,
Nice.
nice. I didn't expect that.
Nice fair. There, I was feeling uncomfortable because I'm at high percent. So I stood there and blocked. I figured that if I block, you can't kill me with a throw, so I'll be okay.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get up and do a side.
Did you buffer the get up attack?
I might, yeah, I might have.
That's like the worst, dude.
I really should have just rolled. Yeah. I like that thing. I don't like, what is it? Town and City, the small one?
Smashville?
Smashville, yeah, I hate that one. It's too small.
Yeah, I don't like Smashville in this game. And Smash 4 was cool because they had the moving platform, in my opinion. But this game is just too
I don't
small.
know why they, I feel like almost that it's too late.
Yeah. So right now I'm trying to hit you with down air or back air so I can get a cross slash or lead to tech chase. Right now you're at 59, so I'm just trying to hit you. Like nothing really special here. Cross slash mostly. Basically, I'm just trying to throw you to the edge and kill you.
Oh, nice.
You're at 0. I want another back air, forward air to cross slash, something to cross slash. So I'm like jumping around you, coming from above you to a spot where it's hard for you to challenge me. You're kind of comboing me right now. Oh, you barely missed that somehow. I'm gonna come to the platform because I'm kind of scared. I'm at high percent. You gave me the space to come down. Can't believe that hit you. Okay, you're gonna try to kill me. Okay. You're spacing fair away, but you're spacing it too far away, so I can just jump down. Nice back here.
Thanks.
I was expecting you to roll. Oh. Okay, you're giving me space here. Seems like you're trying to up tilt me.
Damn it.
You almost killed me there. You almost had it right there. Like I saw you were going for Nair. I was like, okay, is he like gonna try to go for shenanigans? Yeah. Nice one. Good roll behind. You did the same escape attempt from the respawn. You got away for the first time, and then I'm like, okay, if he does it again, then I'm ready for it. Good one. I'm gonna DI out and up air you. Delay. I'm gonna shield there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna still block. I'm kind of waiting for a dash attack right now. Oh wow! I can't believe you had enough time for that. It's like perfect.
You need it.
It's like it was like the perfect roll behind and to reflect. Cool. Hey, do you have any questions or comments?
No, honestly. The stuff that you told me definitely sounded, trying to just mix up what I'm doing in neutral. Because I think, yeah, like I was being too projectable. fair, so now I'm kind of throwing out random tilts
Yeah.
to try and make them think I'm like trying to catch something like that, and I'm really trying to get you an up tilt fair in there.
Right, right.
So I'm gonna focus on throwing those out a lot less, and really feel like I can catch them then. And like mix up my timing, like it helps a lot.
Yeah, it's also the I'm sorry.
Sorry. I guess I kind of threw out like 2 dares in a row, and then randomly do a dash attack.
Yeah, you could do that.
The dares, don't really mean anything. I'm not really trying it.
Yeah. It's also empty movement can do it. Like if you do like a full jump dare, you can just do a full jump to get people afraid of the dare because you're just threatening in that kind of zone. Like, okay, I've been throwing out dare this entire time. Here's the full jump. The dare might be coming. Oops, land up smash. You know what I mean? Things like that could help you. It's like also noticing those things in other people will kind of help you make the connection more clear to you. There's definitely many different ways to.
So like when I watch other people do it, I don't really pick up on them. I'm just seeing the game as a whole and like or the match as a whole, and not really the things that they're doing and why they're.
Yeah. Yeah, it could definitely help just like opening up the perspective, once you can see it a lot more, then you can implement it. And there's so many different ways to do it. There's so many different ways depending on your style. Some people like to throw out a bunch of moves, some people don't like to throw any moves, and there's the spectrum in between, so there's many different ways to accomplish that. So I think trying to experiment with it, see how it works for you, and then you can create your own style, it's going to be sick.
Okay.
Sweet, man.
Yeah. I can do next Friday also, by the way.
Next Friday?
Yeah, if you want to do the same time or whatever.
Cool, I also have to remember you are East Coast, so I will not make that mistake this time.
No worries. What time is it by you?
Right now, we started at 1, I think 12.
Okay.
Right now it's 2:25.
Okay, so you're 3 hours behind. Alright, so then I will say what time for you?
If you want to do around the same time, I could do 12 p.m. I mean your time. 12 p.m. your time. I mean
Eastern.
I'm sorry, 3 p.m. your time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
That works. Yeah.
Sweet, man. Hey, I hope it helped, and yeah, if you have any questions, if you're a part of my Discord too, there's an Ask Me Anything section. So if you have any more questions, you can feel free to tag me there also.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you, man.
And one more final confirmation. You wanted this on YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's watch that.
Sweet, dude.
Alright, see ya.
For sure. Have a nice rest of your day.
You too.
That was Spencer, everybody. That was pretty good. That was a pretty solid lesson.